In the previous video, we developed this plan for how to solve this task. So let's implement it and see where we end up. I'll start by creating a new file and saving it. And as usual, save it with a good name so you know what you're doing. If you go back in a while and look at it, so you remember what it is, this is lecture 3, task number 4, and it is developed in Python. So all right, we start here. We should input the specified information. And if you remember, this specified information that was referring to what is listed in the task itself. So we need to read the first name, the last name, how old the person is, and the phone number of the person. So I'm going to start doing that here. And that's for the first name, and we do the same for the last name. And before we continue, I just want to mention that it's always a good idea to name your variables to reflect what you're actually storing in them. So the next is the age. And then we'll change the message to how old are you? But we want this as a number, so I will tell Python to cast it into an int, to transform it or translate it into an int and save the int value, the number in age. We don't want it as a text, but as a number. And the last thing that we should ask for is the phone number. And I'll just call that phone. So, okay, we have read these 4 things that was listed in the task. That corresponds to this this box here, and now we should calculate what year this person was born in. So this person was born in, and then we assume that the current year is 2020, and we subtract their age. And the last thing we need to do is to display the information in the specified format. And if we look in the task, it is specified there, but it is something along the lines that I'm going to write here. And I'm actually going to use an F string here, which is another way of printing information. And it works like this. Specify that it should be an F string by writing an F before the string, and all the things within the curly brackets will be replaced with the corresponding variable. So if we run it, we specify our name, and I'll use the same data as in the task so that we can compare if it is the correct response we get. And a person, and if it is 2020 and they were born in 1995, they're 25 years old. what is your phone number? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a person was born in 1995 and can be contacted at, and then we get the same message as in the task. There is one slight difference, and that is that there should be a period in the end of the sentence. So if we run it again, we'll see that it is exactly the same. If we input the same data. Anna person, she is 25 years old. And there's her number. All right, so we have managed to get the same output. So now we are going to look back and see if what we did was the correct thing. So we're going to reflect on what we did. So we look back at, all right, this was our plan. We input the specified information of 4 things. We go back to the task and see that, all right, those are the right things, the correct things. We calculate the year of birth. We did that here. Display the information was the last line that we just worked on here. And from this, we have learned to use input. We have practiced using print, calculating values, and we have also casted the input to a number or to an integer. So there's a few things that we can take with us for future scripts.